We're gabbing. We're gabbing. We're gabbing. We're gabbing. We're gabbing. We're gabbing.
Welcome to GABbin
Gabbing
with Greicy
and Heather.
Hey, so I just have coffee tonight because I was being an indecisive bitch and couldn't decide what kind of wine to drink.
That's fine. That's fine. That is
And I
okay.
have my ice water.
I have my kotemas.
You haven't had that in a while.
I know I haven't.
Well, this week we are jumping back into season 5 of Supernatural. We are up to episode 19, which is Hammer of the Gods. And the summary is the Winchesters are abducted by a group of renegade gods who want to use them as a bargaining tool to stop the apocalypse. It takes place at the Elysium Hotel, which is off of I-90 ? I think that it's off of I-90, and I think I put question mark because I was like, does that mean they're in New York? Because I know there's an I-90 that goes through New York, but it goes through other states as well.
I think it goes through a lot of things.
Yeah. It's probably one of those ones that goes like across the whole country, like in the north.
Okay.
I spent many a time on I-90 in New York specifically.
That sounds very wistful.
We would go on I-90 to go to the reservation that I mentioned before we started recording to go get cigarettes and pie. We get cigarettes and pie, which is very Dean Winchester.
Yes. I think you're connecting it all together. Yes.
But I actually associate it with Bob Dylan because my one friend, he always would play Bob Dylan when we were driving out there. This is what happens when you're in a college town that has nothing to do.
That sounds fantastic.
But anywho, do you have specific people in this episode that you want to shout out?
Oh, of course.
There's a lot of guests.
Yes, we have the return of Richard Speight Jr. as Gabriel, Mark Pellegrino as Lucifer, Matt Frewer as Pestilence. I don't think this is a recurring role, right? But he's definitely one of those character actors. And I just noticed that he, I guess, plays Max Headroom. Do you remember that?
What's that from? Yeah, like what is that from? Is that from Mad TV?
I don't know. But I think he must have been this guy.
That. Or on MTV. It was on MTV or something like that. That's something from our childhood.
It is something from the childhood, but it says ABC Photo, so maybe it's from ABC. It was on ABC, but I don't remember anything about it other than that image.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. But yeah, you're totally right.
He's like, I don't even know like where to begin. Like he was on Orphan Black? Oh, he was on Orphan Black.
Who was he on Orphan Black?
He played Dr. Aldous Leakey.
Oh.
Yes. It's such a great show. Like it's probably worth a rewatch, but I'm not doing it. Olympus, he has starred in Eureka as Jim Taggart. I don't know if you ever saw that show. That's a show that I feel like I should watch.
I think I saw it. I can't remember.
Intelligence? He was in 26 episodes of that. Taken, PSI Factor, Chronicles of the Paranormal, Hercules as a voice for the Disney character. The Disney character Panic, not for Hercules itself. He's done a lot of things. Like he's like definitely been everywhere. It says the Pink Panther. I'm assuming is the voice of the Pink Panther.
Oh, I never got into the Pink Panther. I think I was too young.
93 to 96. So I think it was an earlier version.
Wasn't there a later version? Wasn't the Pink Panther originally in the 70s?
That's what I thought.
Wait, what? He was in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Yes, he played Big Russ Thompson. Oh, he played the dad.
Oh, okay.
The other dad. Oh, wow. That's a blast.
I think I saw that Rick Moranis is coming back to acting.
He left? Like, he decided to leave?
He had a tragic story. His wife died, and he left acting to raise his kids.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'll gladly take back Rick Moranis. I had no idea. I just thought he wasn't.
Sometimes people just go away, but that's why he went away. Yeah, I think I saw that he's coming back, and I was like really happy about it. Not as happy as something else, though. I'm going to digress us. Do you know that Reading Rainbow is coming back?
Yes, and Michael, that's all I know, is going to be Reading Rainbow. Full disclosure, I never saw Reading Rainbow when I was growing up. I was just not like a PBS kid. I was more
of a total PBS kid, and LeVar Burton was my dad. Reading Rainbow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Does your dad know this?
I don't know if my dad knows this, but LeVar Burton. I know a lot of people say that Bill Cosby is their dad. LeVar Burton was my dad because I used to watch him on Reading Rainbow.
I don't think we want Bill Cosby as our dad anymore.
No. And I would watch him on Star Trek as Geordie LaForge. But yeah,
Hey,
so I could
he's
never
a
meet
great
LeVar
person.
Burton. Yeah, he's such a good person. I will have a full-on, and you're not going to get this reference because you haven't watched Community. I will have a full-on Donald Glover moment from Community if I ever meet LeVar Burton.
Okay. All right.
Just good. Like when you have 2 seconds that you never have, you can like go on YouTube and look up Troy meets LeVar Burton Community.
Thank you for confirming that I have 0 time in my life.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's all good.
Oh, no. Okay,
but anyway, yeah, like Reading Rainbow and Mr. Rogers were like such stable like things in my childhood that like
Mr. Rogers
feel like a hug. Yeah, like they're like a hug. Like I feel so comforted just thinking about them. And Michael is like perfect. Like who doesn't love Michael the Librarian?
He's so
like him and Miss Rachel are giving us life right now.
Yes. They're so wholesome, open-minded, accepting of anyone and everyone. And that's what people need. People need to feel accepted for being whomever they are.
Exactly.
Even though I'm saying that, I feel like there's some people that we shouldn't accept because they're not nice people. But I digress. Okay.
But by accepting them, maybe we can make them better people. See, that's the thing. Michael and Miss Rachel are out there making people better. They are the Mr. Rogers and LeVar Burton of this generation.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The only thing that's throwing me about Reading Rainbow, and then we'll go back to Supernatural, is that they slightly changed the theme song. So I sing along to the new one, and they change it at the end, and it like big time throws me off every time.
Wait. It already started? That's how behind I am.
Well, it already started? It hasn't started, but they have like a lot of promotional stuff where they're playing the theme song and everything. And so it starts off the same, you know, the butterflies in the sky, I could go twice as high. And then like towards the end, they change the beat and like, I think they changed the words slightly. So like, I'll be like singing along like I'm a rock star and then it trips me up. I wonder why they have to watch it until I got it down.
They could have just simply like changed the beat and kept the words.
Yeah, that throws you off too. That's like when you hear American Pie, but it's the Madonna version, and you're like, I can't sing that.
See, I don't think I even know that. Oh boy. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I think I maybe gave like a way too specific reference because growing up, I had the Don McLean record of American Pie because it was my aunt's and she had left it at my dad's house. And so I used to listen to it all the time on the radio or on the record player. And then when Madonna came out with her version, the beat is like completely different and it just threw me.
Madonna.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Yeah. But Supernatural, kind of the opposite of Reading Rainbow.
Yes.
Although no, I think Sammy would be a Reading Rainbow kid.
100%.
Dean would be 100%. Mocking Sam, but secretly watching it. Someone did a video of Dean Winchester watching K-pop Demon Hunters.
Somebody, you didn't send it to me?
I didn't send it to you. I have to find it and send it to you because it was on the wrong phone. I'll send it to you and Erica. Let me write this down.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so speaking of Erica, I told her the pod.
I know. Okay, so okay.
But yeah, they did a pretty good job about Dean watching K-pop Demon Hunters.
Okay. I can't wait to see it whenever you find it.
Yeah.
Adam Crosdell plays Baldur, and the only thing that I recognize him in was Rain. He was in it for like 10 episodes and Nora Bothwell. I don't know anything else. EastEnders for 43 episodes, and that's still on. That's like never ending.
Yeah.
It's the days of our lives. So I guess he's British. Oh, he's British American. Okay. The next person is Rekha Sharma. She plays Kali or Callie? Kali.
Kali. She looked familiar.
Yeah, she's definitely one that we've seen her in, like Battlestar Galactica. Boom, boom, boom. 32
Yeah.
episodes. Y'all, if you don't know, I don't think I've ever talked about this, have I? Like, I love Battlestar Galactica. Like, if you
I
want to see a
feel like
sci-fi show,
yeah, that's
watch
a really
Battlestar
good one.
Galactica. It's
That's
like
one that's worth a rewatch.
that is definitely worth a rewatch. And I don't quote it, but I do say like Battlestar Galactica, like when computer
Mhm.
stuff starts to take over, like AI and stuff, like yeah, Battlestar Galactica, bitches. Okay. The next person on my list is John Emmett Tracy, who plays Mercury. Again, someone who looks familiar, but is like a character actor for me. He's been on Yellowstone, is the most recent Batwoman, iZombie, shows I haven't seen.
Yeah.
So
I wanted to
those
watch
are the most
iZombies,
recent.
but never got into it.
Well, our homegirl from Ghosts, isn't she on that show? Rose McGowan. No, oh my gosh, Rose McGowan. That's not.
I was about to say yes until you said Rose McGowan. Yeah, I think she is.
Oh my gosh. I'm curious. I'm digressing also. Rose McIver.
Okay, you were close.
Very close. And then the next person that I have listed is Duncan Fraser as Odin. He looked a little bit familiar.
Oh
I don't know
yeah.
if it looks familiar to you, but it's like we say every single time. There's a lot of character actors, people that look
Mhm.
very familiar that have starred in 10,000 things. Nothing
Yeah.
permanent, mostly. He
They
did
like
Hope
to
Island,
reuse Hope Island.
Hope Island, Da Vinci's
Yeah.
Inquest, probably
Yeah.
Canadian shows.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna
Okay.
say it's like Canadian. They're Canadian actors that like get regurgitated in a lot of other shows and stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if a bunch of them are in The Boys and we just don't realize it.
yeah.
I also saw a video where Jared and Jensen were annoyed and said that Kripke was trolling them by calling the boys, because that was what they were always referred to on set throughout all of Supernatural is the boys. And I was like, there's probably so much trolling happening that we have no idea about.
Yeah, there's a lot going on behind the scenes.
Yeah. All right.
Over.
Let's focus.
It's a bad day today.
We're putting this episode out.
Yes, yes.
That
We
way
got
people
this.
can witness our spiral.
We got this. Oh my God. And we're not even drinking. Imagine if we were drinking. Oh my God.
I thought about having Sujo, but then I was like, all
We
right,
gotta leave
anybody
that
else?
for a Friday. No, that was all.
Okay. I'm looking at my notes. Because this was kind of a filler episode, but not really a filler episode because like what we find out here is like this is where like you had mentioned Gabriel, but we don't know at first that he is Gabriel. We still think he's the trickster because this isn't this the episode where they find out that or they guess. Or
Yes.
did they already guess?
I think they already knew, but
They already knew
the
it
other
was a different episode.
gods did not know.
That's right. Okay. Yeah, it was a different episode that we already talked about that they find out he's Gabriel. Yeah, so
Yeah, I
like
remember
yeah,
something.
like Holly and him have like a thing going on, but she doesn't. They just think they think he's Loki.
They think he's low
That's
key. And it really, now that you mention it, it really is a filler episode because it's just
yeah.
all the gods that are not from Christianity, Catholicism get
Yeah. I guess
together and try
the
to.
purpose is to like show that like it's not like kind of like how America likes to think that they're the center of the world, that the like Christian Judeo God is not the center of the world. There's all these other gods that are around and they're like concerned about how the hot mess that is the apocalypse in the Christian Judeo religion is impacting them. And so they get together to be like, we need to stop this. Hold
They're
on a
just.
second. I just wrote a quote down that I'm like, what? Oh, because okay, now I'm remembering. Sorry, it's been a hot minute since I actually watched this episode. Oh, I wrote down a couple of quotes that work. So Kali says, Westerners, the sheer arrogance, you think that you're the only one. She says that right before she kills, in quotes, Loki, because she thinks she's killing him, but he's the trickster. So
It's the truth.
yeah, it is the truth. That's like I was saw like I saw some video, I forget who it even was, but they were talking about Bad Bunny and like how I think it was like something about like somebody was like, I don't even know who Bad Bunny is, which is like, okay, what rock are you living under? And how they were comparing Bad Bunny to like a Kid Rock or Creed or somebody like that. and how like the US is so like self-centered that they think that like an artist has to do well in the US for them to like just
He's
do
done it
well.
all globally.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They're like he doesn't even have to come to the mainland. Like he can like just tour everywhere else and he's a sensation, and like how he is always on the top of the charts, and he
It's
has like so many albums
such
and so many songs, and he can just like do like his residency like he did in Puerto Rico and be like, come see me, come to
come to
me.
me. I don't need to come go to you.
Yeah.
But I was having this conversation with my mom and my sister like Sunday where it's, like the NFL is taking advantage of the situation. He's like a high, like
Yeah.
from what I read, he's the highest artist, let's say, earned artist or
Yeah.
most sold albums or whatever this year. Now, I don't know about Taylor Swift. Her album just came out, right? But she was second in line
She
and she
just broke
declined.
Yeah, she just broke some kind of record that Adele held about like the first week, but I wasn't really paying attention. But
Right.
yeah,
But the
but like
announcement
he's
was already
at her
made. And
level.
the NFL, yeah, he is, but because he's Spanish speaking mostly, they, want to negate that. But the NFL is also trying to, they have been for years, they've had games overseas. And this year they've
Hmm.
been in Ireland, they've been in Germany, they're in London this year also, as well as Dublin, Ireland. They've been to Mexico. So they're trying to expand, and this will help them globally. And people aren't understanding that. Also, like, there's a tons
Exactly.
of reasons why maybe he was chosen, but that's the one that stands out the most to me because it's the NFL that's making this decision or Jay-Z. But,
Yeah, and they're
and I
trying
know
to
that he
like
wants to be more diverse.
it comes down to money. They want money. They want to be able to become the soccer of the world. Like they want to go
Hmm.
international.
Yeah, and they kind of like should do whatever they can to get to that extent.
So yeah, all you capitalist stands out there, like you can't be for capitalism and be against Bad Bunny, be against the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and go ahead and bring ice because you already done told everybody, so no one's gonna show up.
Well, you know who
You
that's going to
dumb.
impact? It's going to impact the people that are probably working, and not because they're undocumented, because the people working at the venues are probably going to be the ones that will be harassed by ICE. It's not going to be the rich people. But and you know what? Like Bad Bunny said on Saturday Night Live, you got 4 months to learn Spanish. Go get on Duolingo. It's not that hard. You should already know some of it already, just being like in this country. Yeah, I don't have a like. This was a good episode. I really liked it. I didn't have a whole lot about it. I thought it was cool that Mercury like got their blood because it showed like they're not always like as self-aware as they should be. Like they didn't get that somebody was stealing their blood.
Yeah,
And then it
and no
also
one's
we get to see Lucifer and Gabriel interact. Like Gabriel says, Lucifer, you're my brother and I love you, but you're a great big bag of dicks.
he, correct me if I'm wrong, as of now, is the only one that is like torn. Like he's visibly torn, does not like to see his brothers caught in the middle of this because he's an archangel.
Yeah, he is torn, and he's very much like, I'm not siding with either of you. I'm siding with the people. Like Dad
Hmm.
was right in this situation. Because when it comes down to it, I think we talked about this before. This is two brothers fighting over their daddy's love.
Hmm. Over
And
their
Gabriel is
attention,
like,
his attention.
yeah, his attention or their attention, if we don't want to gender God.
Hmm. Or
But yeah,
her attention.
yeah. I'm most picturing Alanis Morissette in Dogma. Have you ever seen Dogma?
No, I
It's
think
a
like
really,
I feel like I saw like that's with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
yeah. It's like a
I think
Kevin
I saw
Smith
a clip
movie.
of it and I was just like, I don't know. I think the Catholic in me was just like, I can't do this.
But what's really
Especially since I was
interesting
named
is,
after St. Michael.
yeah. What's interesting though is like I can see where like people would be like, "Oh, like that's shocking," but then when you actually watch the movie, it has like a lot of really good like morality and like Catholic related themes and stuff because it talks a lot about how people just go to church as like they're just like going through the motions, and
Mm.
that like you're not really getting anything from it, and that you have to kind of like change your mindset and everything, and like I don't know how to describe it, but like they talk about filling your cup. like you need to fill your cup. Like that's the purpose
Right.
of what like religion should be doing. And like by
Okay.
just going through the motions, like there's like a joke about going to church and using the time to balance your checkbook because you're not actually like you're just physically there. You're not like actually getting anything
Mentally
out
or
of it.
emotionally or yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but it's a good movie.
Okay. I'll give it a go.
Yeah, but yeah, like I don't. Do you have anything to say about this episode? We finally like get to know who Pestilence
Well,
is. I wrote Pestilence
we
is
get to
nasty as
know.
hell
Oh, so disgusting, and he loves it. He is
with the
there
flies.
for it, obviously. The mucus
Yeah.
and the
Ugh.
coughing, sneezing over everything, and like watching that now after the pandemic is like, oh my god, massive. Oh my
Oh, I will say, like, while this was a filler episode, Gabriel does tell them. I think it's Gabriel that tells them. I'm assuming before he dies because Lucifer kills him. Not a way to treat your brother, Lucifer. Poorly done. But like he says, like you can't kill him, but you can trap him. And so that's when they find out that like if they collect the rings of the horsemen, they would be able
god.
to use it to trap him back in his cage.
And also for
Um,
like a hot second, we think that Gabriel is dead in this episode.
But doesn't well like we think that he's dead because we think Kali kills him, but then doesn't Lucifer actually kill him? This is the last time we see him.
He comes back.
Uh,
I'm
okay,
pretty
that
sure
makes
of
me
it. Now,
happy. Are you
you see,
questioning
now you're
yourself?
making me second guess. Yes.
Well, see, here's the thing about Supernatural, and I think we talked about this before. You never know if someone's actually dead, even when you think they're dead. Well, I'm gonna live in the Schrodinger's box chaos theory situation that Gabriel is both alive and dead until I know otherwise.
That really sums it up wonderfully.
Like every person in Supernatural, that's how we keep it moving. Just assume they're both alive and dead. Should we go on to the next episode?
Let's do it.
Okay. The next episode is episode 20. It's The Devil You Know. And the summary is Crowley offers to help the brothers hunt down Pestilence and reclaim his ring, while Dean gets a lesson in trust when Sam's history with the Four Horsemen's demon stable boy is revealed. And it takes place in New Harmony, Indiana, West Nevada, and Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
And it stars, or returning characters, Jim Beaver as Bobby Singer, Mark Shepard as Crowley. I feel like this is we officially get Crowley. Like next season,
Yeah,
like he's
because
part of the cast, right?
he was just like in little bits of other episodes.
Right. I don't think I recognize anybody else on the show. Did you? Nobody
I don't
really
think
stood out.
so.
I feel like an episode like this, like I'm surprised that there wasn't somebody who came out of it who had like super big role. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
Because
I'm
we have
surprised.
like, I mean, we have
Stable
what's his face?
Boy. Did you say Stable
Stable
Boy?
Boy.
Brady? Is he,
Brady looks
does he
familiar.
just have one of those faces? He looks like a frat boy.
He was in 14 episodes of Vikings, 6 episodes of
Oh.
American Gods.
Oh, okay. So I probably do recognize him.
Condor. I don't know. I actually like. I mean, I saw American Gods, but I don't know if I saw that season.
I saw Vikings.
Smallville. He played
Oh.
Whitney Fordman.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's how I know him.
Oh, he was in Orphan Black. Chad Norris.
Okay. All right. Look at me recognizing people. I just thought he looked like your average frat boy.
Rookie Blue, Flash Gordon, and then other than that, it's like either movies or one-off episodes.
Okay.
Well, he doesn't look
Well, we
familiar to
find
me. He's from Black. I don't know.
probably because he does look like a generic frat boy, or
Does
maybe
he
not. I think he does.
Does he
But
play her boyfriend
in what?
at the beginning of the show of Orphan Black? I'm like really curious. I'm gonna have to keep this up so I can go back and
Oh,
check.
maybe.
Because that like
I'm trying to
that's him.
picture. Yeah, I'm trying to picture what he looks like. Yeah, so we find out that Brady was one of Sam's good friends in college, and he actually introduced him to Jessica. And this whole time, he was a demon working for the yellow-eyed demon.
Really bad.
And like when Sam is like, "You introduced me to Jess," it all like comes back to him. Like he was like, "Oh, like Jess was set up from the very beginning to be killed."
That's horrible.
Yeah, like devastating. So yeah, so
I
Sam.
I really felt for Sam when I saw that. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god. He's
He
been
has a very
after him.
legit reaction. Like the betrayal on so many levels. Like this person that you like have this intimate
But
relationship with.
it's not even that person anymore because he was taken over by a demon.
But he was that demon the entire time. He knew him.
But
Or
didn't
like
he
pretty
at
much.
some point, wasn't he like normal and then he like went away and then came back and he had the demon in him already?
I want to say that he says that he was like, he had been the demon since almost the beginning. That he initially, when they became friends, he wasn't the demon, but like very shortly after that, he became is what it sounded like.
He just never stood a chance. Like he was targeted before he
that's
was
the
even
thing.
born.
From the very beginning, yeah, like not even from the beginning, from before he was born, when like Mary, when we had that episode where they go back in time and Mary barely even knew John.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this episode has a lot more meat because we find out that whole situation. They're going to Brady because he's the stable boy for the Four Horsemen. So they're like, this is how we're going to find pestilence. We find out the swine flu, which was like such a big deal at the time. And now, like post-COVID, thinking about the swine flu is like crazy. But like at the time, I remember like I remember being sick and like having to wear a bandana in a meeting because people were like, "You could have the swine flu."
If
Like
we
it was
only
such a
knew
big
what
deal.
was to come.
Yeah,
If we
exactly.
only knew.
But yeah, so they use the swine flu as like a pandemic type of thing happening in this episode. And then like you were saying, like Crowley ends up being like a pretty main character starting with this episode. We find out that he had baby bugs.
Crowley.
Crowley is the king. He's the king of our hearts as well as the king of hell.
Oh my god. What were we saying about baby bugs?
Oh, Crowley had baby bugs so that he could hear everything that was going on.
Crowley, he was always one step ahead.
Yeah, he really was. They were always like bumbling around. And so Crowley could like just do whatever he wanted.
They weren't trustful, but they had no choice but to trust him. And it paid off.
I'm reading my notes. There's just like a lot happening. Oh, there was that scene where like a hellhound comes.
Yes.
And they think that Crowley pieced out on them because they're like, he's a demon, he can't be trusted. But he comes back with his bigger hellhound.
Yes, that's like around the shoulder.
Oh, okay. I think this is the beginning of a really good thing this episode. But I don't think it actually happens until the next episode. I'm thinking about like there's a part where like Crowley goes to Bobby and he says that if he gives his soul, he can get the answer to where death is at the end. And he says that he'll give his soul back. Huh?
This isn't the episode?
Well, this is the episode, but the thing that ends up happening later is what I was thinking of. I think that's not until the next episode, right? Yeah, okay. Because, yeah, he doesn't actually sell his soul until the next episode. So I'm excited about the next episode.
Well,
but yeah, this was like a lot of setup because like of like to get
I think
pestilence.
that is this episode because I'm watching the scene now and they're together alone, Bobby and Crowley.
But Crowley just brings it up. It doesn't actually happen until the next episode. Mm-hmm. And then the result of what happens when he sells his soul. Yeah, that's the next one. But yeah, like, I mean, this is basically them just finding pestilence because they need to get his ring.
And stop the Croatoan virus.
But not really the Croatoan virus.
Which one is it then?
Because I wrote down at some point, why are they using the flu when they have access to the Croatoan, right?
Is there anything else they even say about this episode? Like, it was meatier, but it still wasn't like meaty enough.
It was meaty in that it was a lot of setup stuff. So Sam brings up to Bobby that he thinks that it should be a possibility of him becoming the vessel because he wants to take over Lucifer and put him in the cage. And Bobby freaks the fuck out like Bobby does.
Yes, exactly. But then he comes around to the idea.
Yeah, because I think they realize like they don't see any good alternative. Bobby is the practical one. Bobby is like who their dad should be.
Yeah.
That's what I decided that. I was like, Bobby is daddy.
He's not Papa.
He's not Papa.
Is he the better father figure?
Yes. Papa is a flaming hot mess who, it reminds me of like when they go back in time and they tell Mary that they're her kids and she's like so upset that she would raise her kids to be hunters And they're like, no, you didn't do it. Like, you died, and it was dad. And like, so like, Papa is so obsessed with the fact that his wife has been killed that he does the opposite of what she would ever have wanted. Like, her whole point was for them to not be hunters. And he turns around and he raises them from like little tiny kids to be hunters. Yep. So he's just like, overall, he's a bad husband and a bad father.
We're definitely seeing him in a different light time around.
Yeah, because we're older. It's kind of like when you rewatch Gilmore Girls and you realize that Lorelai and Christopher should never have been parents. And the scene where Luke punches Christopher becomes your favorite scene.
I haven't gotten there yet.
When you first watch Gilmore Girls growing up, you're like, Christopher's so cool. He's got a motorcycle and a leather jacket. And now you're like, you did not even know, like was not even recognizable by his child because he sees her so little. Because, like, you know what scene I'm talking about? When he shows up in Stars Hollow and like Rory just looks confused, and then Lorelai goes, Christopher, and then you see Rory get excited and run over and be like, Dad? She did not recognize her own father. Don't try to defend this man.
He's never around. No. Like, I understand both aspects. Like, he's like, they're both cool younger parents, right? So the way they dress and whatever. But like, I never saw Christopher in that light because I guess I had an absentee dad.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, this seems like logical.
Right. Like everything. I don't know if we've had this conversation about normalization. Like, you normalize things to your experience. So like, growing up, I give the example of, I didn't know that people stayed together. I thought that the normal thing was that you had children and then you broke up, and that was like normal, because I didn't know people that had children that were still married, or like, if I did see them still married, they were in really, really terrible, like, abusive relationships.
I feel like we should have a conversation about this, because this could be
really interesting. Yeah. It's even like little things like I just so many things you normalize growing up. Like, I thought it was like normal to wash your hair with Irish Spring soap. Like, that it's not odd to like not use shampoo or something like that. Like different like things, like, because you don't know what you don't know. You don't know how other people live. So like, when you're a kid, you're just like, oh, this is normal. And Dean, I'm going to bring it back to Supernatural. Dean is very much like that. He thinks that everything is just the way it should be because that's his experience. Like, it's like going back to what we were talking about last time when they're in heaven and like his different memories. His like heaven memories are just like him with his family and like what he deems as normal and stuff. And Sam, his are when he's with what he thinks should be how they live. And Dean can't like fathom that. Like, how Sam is like, oh, this was like such a great Thanksgiving. It was like a real Thanksgiving. And Dean is like, what are you talking about? We had Thanksgiving with Dad every year. Because Dean is like, this is my normal. Like, this is like how things are supposed to be. You're like with your family and it doesn't matter anything else. But Sam is like, no, you should have that picturesque idea of like what Thanksgiving is with everybody around the dinner with a turkey and like what society dictates. So
yeah, like, that's unfortunately not the reality.
Yeah.
Sammy.
But like, Sammy doesn't normalize his life, where like Dean is probably way more common to other people, where he is like, well, this is like how life is. Like, this is, it's kind of like when you're a kid and like you think that your parents are perfect, like you don't realize until you're much older that they're flawed individuals, and then you have to come to that realization and you have to reconcile that. I think that's what now I question what normal is, like, because I'm like, oh, well, I had to do that. Is that
there's no such thing as normal, because everyone's normal is different.
Yes, because like, even like if you're living in the same city, like I have friends like in New York that had such vastly different experiences growing up, and like everybody thinks that it's like normal. Like, I'm trying to think of an example of like, but I'm not coming up with a good one.
I'm
but it could even be like camp. Like or going on vacation. Like there's people, so I had like somebody, I was talking to a coworker the other day. They were saying how they would go on this like camping trip every year with their family to like Martha's Vineyard or something like that. And I was like, oh, that's so weird. Like they were saying that we were talking about Reading Rainbow. It's all coming back to Reading Rainbow again. Because they would go to Martha's Vineyard every year because they had seen an episode on Reading Rainbow where they went to Martha's Vineyard and the mother was like, that looks so cool. So she took them there and then it became their annual tradition. And I was like, oh, that's really funny because like I loved Reading Rainbow because we never went on vacation. Like I never went on vacation as a kid because we couldn't afford it. And I liked Reading Rainbow because I felt like I was like experiencing different things like that through the show. Like I was like living and traveling and living vicariously through the show, where like her experience was they saw something and said, let's go do it. And that was their normal, but my normal was to watch it on TV.
Very interesting.
Yeah. And there's like kids that go to camp every year and it's like that's their normal. Like they would be like, oh, cool, of course we went to camp.
Yeah. I never went to camp.
I never went to camp either, with the exception of I did Girl Scout camp 1 year or 2 years. And then I went to that crazy cult church camp one time.
That's the last time you ever went to camp.
That is the last time I ever went to camp. Oh no, not.
I don't blame you one bit.
Yeah, it was not worth it. But yeah. So it's like it's just like really interesting when you talk to people and you're just like, we live vastly different lives. But then like through talking to people, you get like their experiences and you learn. So it's cool. But I forget why we were talking about this. Because, yeah, like the only other things I have in my notes is that Sam does kill Brady. And then I think we covered everything else. So it's just.
Yeah, and I think like that death was not that death. That killing was like he was gunning for it.
Yeah.
He wanted it so badly.
It was probably cathartic.
Like, yeah, and it's something that's so un-Sam-like, but it had to be done.
Yeah. Like, there's just the betrayal.
Yeah.
I can't even fathom what that would feel like.
Yeah, and not to justify, obviously, in real life, we wouldn't want to do anything like that, but like.
Yeah, that's one of those things you want to think about, but you don't want to actually act on. But because it's supernatural, he can kill his ex-college friend / demon.
Like best friend? Weren't they like best friends?
Yeah, I think they were like, were they roommates or something and best friends?
No, they were just close.
But I mean, they were close enough that he introduced him to Jess. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is just, it's kind of setting up for the next episode, which I'm really excited about, which we will not get to tonight because we were venting because life is hard.
A lot has been going on and a lot will continue to go on, but we have each other as support.
Exactly. But do you have anything else for this episode or the other one? Good episodes.
They were.
Yeah.
And it's obviously Crowley.
Oh, we love a Crowley.
And Loki /
I know, we got a back-to-back of the Trickster and Crowley.
Before we end, I just wanted to say that he does come back, season 9 and season 13.
Oh, you know what? I feel like I knew he was in season 13 because of a video I watched the other day.
But it's such a long time span that it's no surprise that you think like he's officially gone, and they would only bring him back when they need him. They've been abusing his presence so much.
Yeah, that's true.
Season 2, 3, and now 5 that they have to like make it seem like he's done.
And you know what? Like Cass has been killed and God has brought him back, so like God probably brings him back.
Of course. Well, I was gonna say more, but yeah.
Yeah, we won't get into anything more with that. But yeah, these are 2 good back-to-back episodes with those 2 characters because they give us the feels. They're good characters. Dad, we gotta go 3 seasons without seeing us. But we have 3 seasons of Crowley to occupy us.
That's right. And maybe we'll pick up the speed for season 6. It's very slow.
Yeah, we might plow through season 6 because I think that we're not gonna like it as much based off of past experience.
Yeah, it wasn't the best.
Yeah.
Season.
I think they even said they didn't like season 6.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned it like at a couple of talks.
All right. Well, let us know what you thought of these 2 episodes. We will come back next time and hopefully finish the season because we only have 2 episodes left. We got this. And then we will come back hopefully with introducing a 3rd person to discuss season 6
at some point.
We're going to be coy.
I think it'll totally be different. Gosh, we're going to be a mess.
adding a third hot mess
Anytime
supernatural
we
fan.
have someone from, yeah, but just adding an additional person to the two of us.
That's true.
Yes.
Maybe she'll be a calming presence.
I don't know.
Probably not.
No, I think no.
All right. Well, let us know what you think. Hit us up on Instagram. Our handle is @GABbin Podcast, or you can email us. The email is gabbinpodcast@gmail.com. And
thanks for listening to GABbin. Go check us out on Instagram, like and follow us. Check out our other episodes. We are on all the major platforms where you can find your podcast. Feel free to buy us a coffee.
Please do. We need it.
Talk to you next week. Thanks for listening to GABbin.
GABbin. We're GABbin. We're GABbin. We're GABbin. We're GABbin. We're GABbin. We're GABbin.